Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In the last video, we have created this Mongoose model to store our files. And by the way guys, if you have not watched the introduction part, please watch that to get an idea of the final product. And I'll put all the code in the description box, so please check that out. And of course, if anything goes wrong, I'm always active in comment section. Cool. So in this video, we're going to create the API to upload our file. So basically just look at the deployed app. So let me just select a file, again the music file, click on upload, and it will return me this download link, or I should say the download page link. So if I just copy this, just go to a tab and put it here, and then it will give me the file. So basically I need to create total 4 API endpoints. First one is to upload this file, and then second one is to email the file, okay, and the third one is to get the file. And look at this is a client side, right? This request is being made from the next step. So in the server side, in the server side rendering, it is checking if the file still exists or not. So let's say the ID is different. Instead of 2, this is some gibberish. So if I now press enter, the file does not exist, right, with this ID, and in that case I should say, oops, file not found. So I need to check with this ID if the file does exist or not, and if it exists, I should again get the download link, and then if I click on this download, the file should be downloaded. So that's our fourth API. So again, one API endpoint to upload the file, second one is to email the file, third one is to check if the file does exist or not during the server side rendering, and the fourth one is to download the file. Cool. So let's just go to the code editor. Inside the server, I'll be creating another folder which is routes. You can create a separate folder for the controller, but I only have 4 routes and 4 controllers, so I don't need to create another folder. Okay, so inside this routes, let's create a file which is files.ts. Enter. Cool. Oh, by the way, inside this upload router, I need to handle the file, and to get the file inside this Express app, I'll be using the Multer package, and then to store the files, I'll be using Cloudinary. So before I write any code, let me just install the packages. So inside this bash terminal, let's install Multer and the Cloudinary. Cloudinary comes with TypeScript, but the Multer does not come with the TypeScript. So just install the TypeScript declaration file of this Multer. So end npm I as the dev dependencies @types/Multer. Cool. Now something is wrong in db.ts. What is that? Mongoose. Can't find Mongoose. What happened? Just install the Mongoose again. Anyway, just go to files.ts and let's create the routes. So import Express from Express so that I can use the Express router. Let's create the router. So const router, just grab the router object, so express.router. Cool. So I can just use router.get, router.post, and all of this. But before that, just export the router as default. I always forgot that. And now I can just use router.get. Oh, not router.get, because I'm going to upload a file, so it should be router.post. And now I can just set the endpoint as /API/upload, or I can use the /API as the base endpoint and then just use /upload. So /upload. Cool. Just get the request and response. Fine. So I need to grab the file, right? So for that I'm going to use Multer. So just import Multer from Multer. Oh wow, not module. Why module? Multer from Multer. Cool. This is really simple because I'm going to store the assets in the Cloudinary, so I don't need to configure Multer at its best. We also don't need to check the file types because we are going to allow all types of files. So basically let's create the storage. So const storage is multer.dstorage. Fine, just pass an empty object. Cool. Let's create the upload object. So upload, let's call the Multer, and here inside this object just pass the storage. Fine. So this is basically going to use the TMP, which is our temporary storage in our app.local. That's not a big deal. And now just call this as a middleware. So just call this upload dot single because I'm going to allow single file and the name of the field of that file which is coming. So let's say my file or file, whatever you want, my file. So basically this would be the name of the file during the request from the client side, my file. And now just put a try catch block and check here if the file is present or not. So if request.file is not there, so not request.file, just return with a response.status code 500 or just 400 and send a message like, hey bro, we need the file. And if anything goes wrong, just log out the error or error.message. Cool, save this. Nice. And response with a status code res.status 500 and just pass a message something like server error. Fine. And now let's implement the main code. So for now just log out the file and let's see what is coming. Request.file. Cool. And by the way guys, notice that this file has a type which is express.multer.file, so this is automatically set by TypeScript. It means if you just put request.file dot and you will get all the properties. So that's the best thing about TypeScript. Okay, just save this and now we'll just test this endpoint. Just go to server.ts and set this endpoint. So as I told you, I'm going to use /API/files as a base. So app.use as a middleware /API/files and then just put this function. So comma file route should be auto imported. Oh no, wow. So just manually import this, import from ./route/ look at my VS code. This is not even giving me the path intelligence. So just import this as file route. Just copy this, or file route. Just copy this and put it here. Nice. Okay, so I'll be getting this as the form data, right? So for that I also need to set the URL encoded true. So before this, let's use app.use express.json. Let's call this, and then app.use express.url encoded and just pass extended as true. That's it. Save this and now let's go to Postman. Let's create a new request. The endpoint is localhost 8000, right? So just copy this. Just go to browser for a second and put localhost 8000 and copy the URL. Let's go to Postman and put it as the base endpoint and then /API/files/upload, and it should be a post request. So we'll just make this post. And by the way guys, I don't know how to increase the font in Postman, so I'm sorry for that. Anyway, just click this body, click this form data, and then the key. It should be same as this Multer key, which is my file. Just let me show you. This one is my file. So just copy this and set the key as my file, and the value, oh, it should be the type of file. So just click the file and then select files. Let's say again this music. Click on send and server error. Oh, I know why, because I have not written anything. But just go to the console and look at this. I have my file. The request is still on because I have not written anything from this route. Anyway, so I have this file, right? So field name is my file, original name, I need to store this original name, and then this MIME type, we don't need that because I'll get the type from the Cloudinary URL, and then all of these stuff like size and all. Okay, look at this, the path where the file is saved. This is temporarily saved in appdata/local. Cool. And now let's set up the Cloudinary so that we can store our files. Let's go to a browser. Just search for Cloudinary. If you are not familiar with Cloudinary, this is a file storage. You can use this as a CDN, you can use this as image optimizer. This is really beautiful. Anyway, just go to Cloudinary. You can sign up for free. This is a really simple process, so just sign up for free. I already have an account, so just click on login. Cool. Just click on sign in, and that's it. You will have the API key and the API secret, and that's all you need to connect your app with the Cloudinary. Look at this account details, this API key, API secret, and API environment variable. We need all these three values. So again, this would be secret. So just go to .env file and create .env variables. Oh, inside this .env, Cloudinary underscore API underscore key. I need to put the key, and then API secret, and the third thing is API env. So API env variable. Okay, and now just put the values. API key, copy to clipboard. Just go here and put it. Secret, just copy to clipboard and put it here. And then the environment variable, just copy this, just put it here. I guess I don't need this API environment variable, so just remove this. Instead, we need this cloud name. Yeah, this cloud name. So just copy this, and then let's get another variable, which is Cloudinary API underscore cloud, and just put the cloud name. Fine, that's it. And now remember, I told you that I also maintain a .env.example file. So just put these keys inside this .env.example. Cloud, and also the Mongo URI. Fine, save this, close all the files. And now we need to configure the Cloudinary, right? But before that, just make sure you have installed a Cloudinary package. Just go to package.json and I have this Cloudinary, right? Cool. So just go to server.ts. Here I need to configure our Cloudinary, right? So just import Cloudinary, but we are going to import the version 2. So import from Cloudinary, but the version 2, so v2 as Cloudinary. Cool. This is really simple. So cloudinary.config, just pass an object. This is a cloud name. It should be coming from the environment variable. So process.env. The name of the cloud name is, the key is Cloudinary API cloud, and then I need to set the API key. So API underscore key. This is again process.env.cloudinary API key. Just copy this, put it here, and the third thing is API secret, and this is again process.env.cloudinary API underscore secret. That's it. And now just go inside the route. Here I need to upload the file. Again, I need to import the Cloudinary, so just copy the import statement, go to server.ts and copy this Cloudinary import statement, go to files.ts and put at the top. Cool. So after getting the file through the Multer, I am going to upload the file. So just use a try catch block, try catch inside the try catch. Oh, I guess inside this db.ts I have not used the await. So mongoose.connect, it should be await. Come on. I guess you have noticed that. So just change this. Again, go back to files.ts. So cloudinary.uploader.upload. Inside this function, I can pass the file path. So request.file.path, and then I can pass some additional configuration option. So here I'll be passing the folder name because I want to organize the files inside a folder. So folder, the name is share me or share me YouTube. It should be under a string, so just put it under a string. And then this is important, which is resource type. I don't know why TypeScript is not showing that, but the resource type should be auto. It has to be auto, else it will only accept the images and the videos. But inside this project we are going to accept all the other types of files, so it has to be auto. Okay, that's it for now. So this is asynchronous call, so just use await. I also need to make the function async, so just go at the top and make this async. Cool. And now just store these files. So let's create a variable. Let's say uploaded file, and it has a type of upload API response, which should be coming from the Cloudinary. Yep, should be auto imported. Look at this, upload API response is auto imported. Cool. So just grab this file inside this variable. Nice. And if anything goes wrong, just log out the error. Okay, Cloudinary gives you a descriptive error, so just don't worry about that if anything goes wrong. Response with a status code 400. The error message is Cloudinary error. Cool. Save this, and that's it for now. Okay, just close this try catch block. I have this uploaded file, right? Cool. And now I can store the file in my model. So I need to grab the original name from the Multer file object. So const just destructure request.file. So original name, control and space. Nice. And then from the uploaded file, which is the object of Cloudinary, uploaded file, I need some values. First one is secure URL. It will give me the URL, and then the bytes, which is the bytes in size, and then the third one is format. Cool. Save this, and now just save this in our database. So let's say const file, just use the await, because it's an asynchronous call. File should be auto imported from models. Yep, auto imported. File.create, just pass an object. And by the way guys, there are a couple of ways to save the data in the Mongoose. One is to use the constructor of this model, and the second one is this create method. So just pass the value, file name, and if you just press Ctrl and space, the TypeScript will give you the hint. Look at this file name, just pass the original name, and then size in bytes. This is the bytes. Secure URL, the key and the value is same, so I don't need to pass the value. Come on, my VS Code. And the third thing is format. Again, the key value is same, so I don't need to pass the value. Cool. Just send this data. So res dot status code 200 if everything is fine, not 2000 dot JSON. Inside this JSON, just pass the file. We're gonna come back and modify, but for now, just test this endpoint. Let's save this. Server is running on port 8000, connected to database. And now just go to Postman. Let's make the request again. So just click on send. And wow, look at this, we got our data. Like the ID field, this is automatically created by Mongoose, and then the file name, which is swipehooks, and then size in bytes, the secure URL. So if I just copy this URL and go to browser, I should get my MP3. Okay, just copy this URL, go to a browser, just remove this quotes, this Cloudinary quotes, and press enter. I should get my MP3. And look at this. Click on this play. Whoosh. Nice. Also just go to Cloudinary and then click on this media library. And look at this. This share me UI tube. This is a folder we have created through the API. So you don't need to create the folder manually. Just click on this share UI tube. And look at this. I have my file. Cool. But as the response from this API, we are not going to send the whole file object. Instead, we need to create the download page link, and then we need to send that. Because again, look at this. If I just upload a file, I should get this link. And look at this link. This is https://sharefile.virtual.app. So this should be created in runtime, right? So in the localhost, it should be localhost 3000. In the production, it should be sharefile.virtual.app. You got it. So basically, I need to put this URL in a .env variable. So again, just go to .env and create a key, something like API base endpoint for the client, and just put the localhost 3000 for now, because my next step is gonna run on localhost 3000. Just copy this and put it, save this, also put this in the .env.example. Fine. Just go to API, this file/upload, API/file/upload, and here I'll not send the whole file object, but I'll only set two values. One is the file ID, and second is the download page link. So ID is file._id. That's how MongoDB creates the ID. And the second thing is download link or download page link, whatever. Look at the format again. This is where it is. This is a client base endpoint, and then /download, and then the file ID, right? So let's create that. Let's use template string, then $, here process.env. Let's put it here, then download, because our client also has the slash at the end, download / the file ID. So $ again, file._id. Cool. Save this and let's see. Let's go to Postman, click on send. Oh, something went wrong. Connection refused. My server is not running. Oh, now my server is running. Click on send again. And look at this. I have the ID and the download page link, which is generated in runtime. So that's it. This is one of the fundamental part of this project, to upload a file and get the download page link. So yeah, let me just push the code to a GitHub, and I'll put the link in the description box. Till then, see you in the next video. Bye.